This playthrough is rated M for mature.
After weeks spent battling the monster, we have finally managed to destroy Dracula, but at a terrible price. Quincy lies dying at our feet. All we can do is be with him as he slips into oblivion. Mina is saved, yes, but for how long? The vampire's blood runs in her veins. Though the marks on her neck have disappeared, who knows whether they will reappear or not one day. True, we all saw Dracula disappear. Yet not one of us can say for certain whether we have actually defeated the fiend.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another spooky game for the season. This time it's Dracula: The Resurrection by Index, a French company who many years ago, back in the early 1990s, made some point-and-click adventure games based off Bram Stoker's novel by the original name. This is supposed to take place after the book series, because the book kind of ends with Dracula's death and then kind of dealing with the aftermath on that. There are actually quite a few games and stories that deal with like what happens after the book. There's this game. There was a game for the Sega CD as well called, I'll have to look it up. It was like Dracula something, where you play as Quincy's brother. I think it was Jonathan, I think is his name in that. If I can ever get, I might have to find an emulator one of these days. I'll have to consider that for the future. But in this game, we're playing the Index version of it. Though this is a classic point-and-click adventure game, a little bit different from the King's Quest stuff, where you had to kind of just type it in and figure it out on your own. This one's a little bit more streamlined, like most modern point-and-click adventure games are. The series itself is okay overall. I remember playing these a long time ago and enjoying them, but over the years they're a little bit dated, as you saw during that beginning cutscene there and stuff like that. But that was there at the time. You got to forgive stuff like that because early they look like PlayStation 1 graphics almost. But it's an era of its time. But in this game we play as Jonathan Harker dealing with the aftermath of Dracula and trying to figure out where to go to next. Let's start the tale, and then I can kind of talk about game and Dracula and all that, because I don't think I've ever done that before, but at least in previous playthroughs. So,
Jonathan, please excuse my writing, but my hand trembles so I can barely hold my pen. After you left this morning, a strange dizziness came over me. I went out for some fresh air, and when I looked up, I was at Carfax. Dracula's home was summoning me as if he'd returned and wanted me again. As I write, I can no longer master the power that is drawing me there. I'm leaving on the first boat to Transylvania. I feel that I must go back to the castle. I am powerless. I must find out what is happening to me. Don't attempt to follow me. Your presence would only complicate things. Forgive me. Mina.
Seward, my friend, my deepest fears were founded. This morning, Mina was overcome by a fit of insanity, and she took off for Transylvania, alone. Apparently, Dracula is back. Could you start investigating this matter in London, and find out whether the threat is real? If so, we will have to recruit new allies and go back into battle. Beware, and be careful. I am leaving all post-haste to catch up with Mina. She only has a few hours lead. I hope I find her before it's too late. Jonathan.
Alright, that little tidbit there to give us the information. So Mina's ran off back to Transylvania. Dracula might be back, dead and loving it, and we've got to figure out how to save her again. So yeah, actually I don't think in the original book they ever, although it's been a hot minute since I've read Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, so I don't remember all the details of how it ends. It's just, it's different from a lot of the movie takes on it. But obviously we can't get iconic versions of Dracula on this. We have to do like whatever. We can't get like a Boris Karloff or a Bela Lugosi. I was about to say Boris Karloff. I don't think he ever played Dracula. Bela Lugosi or Gary Oldman. Although Gary Oldman's portrayal of him is a bit weird. I prefer like Bela Lugosi. Or if you want a bit more different type, Christopher Lee played him for a while, and you know Christopher Lee's a badass. So, but anyway, like a point-clicker game, this is all. This specific game and some others where you have like a model that walks around, you click on stuff. This one's all first person, so you left click if you move around, obviously to check stuff out. You left click if you want to interact with something, or right click if you want to go into your inventory here. Pretty straightforward there. Most of this game is pretty simple. There are some minor puzzles in this and everything like that, and obviously it's going to be a bit of a different experience from my previous games where I play like either action games or whatever. Or visual novels or whatever. So in this case, we're just playing point and click. So let's go into in here and see see if we can find information about Mina. Usually in an area, you kind of want to take just a quick look around. One, to look at the, graphics and everything like that. But two, just to get an idea, see if you're missing or anything you might want to investigate or whatever if you can. So let's just go into it first and kind of get ourselves acquainted.
Welcome, stranger. Welcome to my humble inn. I hope those two brutes didn't hurt you. I cannot imagine what got into them. Never mind. You must have had a long trip, and it is already very late. Now, sit by the stove and get warm. If you need anything at all, I'm there in the kitchen. Please feel free, make yourself at home.
What a strange set of people, those ruffians. We probably will never run across them. It's no need to mind them, just don't heed them at all. But anyway, let's take a look around, see. Yeah, I've got a few cutscenes here and there. For the most part, it'll be us trying to solve puzzles and trying to see where to go to next. Let's click on this person. Looks like there's nothing specific we can do, interact in terms of that. But if we click on the main thing here, there's like dialogue options and stuff like that.
I want to go to the castle. What is the shortest path?
To the old castle, but it has been deserted ever since the Count disappeared. What do you want to do there, stranger?
I don't have time to explain, but it is very important for me to get to the castle immediately.
You ought to wait for daylight. The path is strewn with traps. You'll have to face countless, unimaginable dangers. You'd better stay with me. We'll have a drink together.
I cannot. It's a question of life and death.
Whatever you like, young man. Well, you can take the old bridge behind the inn, but it's not safe.
Is that really the only way?
Oh, in any case, it's certainly the fastest.
Yeah, unlike other games of this genre, they almost had, well, I don't know if it's every single conversation, but they had almost full motion video for like almost every dialogue option. In the later games, they kind of cut that down a little bit, but in the first game, they put a lot of presentation into it, so you got to give it that. Other games would have just had them talk, and it would have just been them stationary, and they would have talked to you. Or if it was like most more modern ones where I had your model on screen, it would just have them kind of moving the model around. Having to make an animation for every dialogue would take quite a bit of time. So, but I remembered the game I was talking about for the Sega CD. It was called Dracula Unleashed. I remember liking that game, despite basically being basically Sega CD at the time was basically full motion video. The system, almost every single game was like a full motion video. Well, half the game was anyway. It was pretty entertaining. One day, if I ever get the emulator to set up and working, I might try to play a couple of those games on there. But anyway, let's keep looking around. This game is the first in a series of 5 games. However, only the first 3 deal with the Dracula mythos, as in Bram Stoker's story. The other 2 kind of are kind of isolated in their own self. I'm not as familiar with those. I'm only familiar with the first 3. For the most part, anyway. So, I'm still kind of recollecting myself after all this time. Anyway, let's talk to the nice old lady.
Madam, I must go to the castle as soon as possible.
To the castle? It's late. The road is long and hardly safe. We must be exhausted. Don't bother about going to the castle tonight. I'll get your room ready and tomorrow we'll discuss it.
Tomorrow will be too late. I must go to the castle now.
Do you really have to go? Tonight is St. George's Eve. At the stroke of midnight, all the evil roaming the world will be master on Earth. Do you realize where you're going and what you will face? Stay here, don't go. For your mother's sake.
Wow, that wasn't ominous at all. But yeah, I mean, back in I think in the books, they talk about how there's like wolves in the mountain where Dracula lives, bandits, you know, beasts and burden and stuff like that. But anyway, let's go upstairs. But I mean, it is dangerous to go at night. It's kind of I know why he's going there, because he's afraid Mina's in immediate danger. But it's almost kind of dumb. It's like, yeah, you probably could wait in the morning and probably save yourself all the headache. But then we wouldn't have drama and all this other stuff. So anyway, a lot of areas are going to be just click through, but it's always a good idea just to double check. I mean, if I was looking at a guide, there's probably like a quick and easy way. But I'm doing this all through memory and stuff like that, if I have much memory. Like I said, it's been forever since I've played. Garlic. Why would you put garlic on your thing? Oh wait, no, Jonathan Harker, I think. Although in the book, Dracula doesn't have the same weaknesses as we're all known to about a lot of them. He has some weird ones, but not all of them, oddly enough. Heck, in the original Dracula story, well, spoilers. Although the game almost expects you at this point to be aware of the Bram Stoker's story, but Dracula gets killed by a knife. Yeah, I think he's like, well, okay, he's like stabbed with a knife, and then his head gets chopped off. And then I think they stuff garlic in his mouth after they do that. I'm trying to remember, it's forever, but he basically just gets stabbed. Now, why did we move that? I don't know. Sometimes with these old games, you don't have to go through a sequence of events to learn why you have to do something, which I guess I kind of prefer, but I also kind of want to know why we do what we do. Overall, I assume I want to get up into the attic, even though I don't know why I'm supposed to do that. It's just the game just assumes I've learned some information over the course of this, and I want to do that, but... Okay, looks like we can't... Oh, when that thing had like a little gear and a hand on it, when you click on it, it means you can interact with it. If there's a mark, obviously, the door can be opened, but I have no way currently of... Well, I can't go through it, as you can tell with the mark there, so... Okay, so we're aware of something I've got to do with that, which looks like you can stand on it and go up to the attic, but I can't at the moment. Let me see if I can... Yeah, the game won't let me at this... Oh, now I can. But I don't want to do that yet because I want to know... I want to explore the rest of this place first before I have a obvious reason to go up there. So, of course, then again, old point-and-click adventure games, you kind of clicked on things and just hopefully you figured out what to do next, you know. So, let's go over here. Alright, open the door. Yes. Okay, what's here? Oh, a candle. We don't have any matches or anything to light that, so for now, we'll have to leave that as is. if there's like a little arrow, like this little symbol that's highlighting right now, it's basically the backspace. There's probably a way to do it via keyboard, but I'm doing mouse. The game is simple enough that you don't need like multiple keys for it. So, okay, let's see what this takes us down into the basement. Why are we bugging these people and going through all their stuff? I don't know. Other than they're telling us not to go. I probably need the candle to actually see what I'm doing down here, but like I said, oops. Oh, here it is. Okay. Alright. This looks to be possibly a telescope. I don't think this game, if I remember correctly, I don't think this game gives you a description on an item. Whoops. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it looks like a telescope though, so you always need an ability to see ahead of time. So yeah, I can't go in there because it's too dark. So we need to light that first. So okay, so we can't do anything in there. So let's keep going back. I wonder if I can ask her anything about a light. Probably not. Nope. Okay. Oops. No light. Although I'm stealing, lady, I'm stealing your telescope, even though you're really, really nice to me. Let's see if she's got any matches in here. Like I said, we're taking advantage of them, even though they've been nothing but nice, or at least her and her husband, or the old guy who hangs around there. Okay, so we need a key to get in there. As you can see, there's no hand, which means I need an item to interact with to get there. So nothing to do with that. So, so I'll have to remind myself later to. Okay, nothing there. I'll have to remind myself to come back and... Yeah, and old games like this, you don't immediately solve a puzzle in the same room or at the same time. Sometimes you have to go back to an old area after exploring around and seeing what to do next. So, okay, does he don't have any dialogue? See anything else? No. Okay, let's go outside for a bit and take a look around. We don't want to go out without some sort of light source or way to protect us, so... Yeah, going out would be... Going a day or night without sleep or in the darkness would be hazardous. Yeah, it's another reference to Dracula Unleashed. Yeah, one day. Maybe next year. I'll try to... Oh, we can go up... Well, we could go up there, but we don't have a ladder of some sort, so another place we have to keep in mind. Okay. Let's see... Going through the snow here. Yeah, like I said, a lot of areas are going to be kind of straightforward. And yeah, if you don't know how to solve an area or not aware of what to do, just go somewhere. In a lot of these games, just go somewhere else and kind of look around and see if maybe something pops up later that you notice. Looks like... I'm not sure if that's a lock or not. I can't really tell. It probably is. So we need another type of key for that. Or, if not a key, something to smash it with. Which I don't think the telescope is used for... I didn't think so. That'd be kind of dumb to waste break a perfectly good telescope to break a lock, you know. Oh, looks like there's someone out there kind of hanging around. Where's this take us? Oh, okay. Well, let's just... And as far as I remember, I don't think there's like a no turning... Well, I mean, there is a no turning back. But there's not a, like, oh, if you don't do this one thing, you're gonna die type of situation. Or at least I don't believe this game had that.
Go away! And don't come back!
Is that John DiMaggio as crazy old man? It almost sounds like him. It's probably not, but it almost sounds like him. Huh. Okay, well, we can't go there, so let's ignore the crazy old man. Old Romanian dude. Let's see. And, oh, yeah, it's Romanian, so I have no... Arie, Corone, Capona? I don't know, I don't... Sorry, you're going to have to forgive me when I don't know these languages. Okay, so we can go... What's that say? Oh, the cemetery. Crematorium. Or this is probably the cemetery or something like that, so... Alright. What's this one say? Well, one is probably maybe standard cemetery, and one of them is maybe like a standing grave or a... what's the word? Not standing grave. Crypt, maybe? Okay. So we got that option. This, I think, takes us back to the... I think this takes us back to the inn. Yeah. But I'm double checking to see if there's any info or let's see what that says. Ponds and Lacus. So I guess that's lake maybe? And pond? I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not... yeah, okay. That just takes us back to that dude. He won't let us pass. I shall not pass. Okay, so we'll go... Let's go to the crypt area first. if I remember correctly, this game is not super long. So you could probably beat it in a few hours if you know what you're doing. Because a lot of the length on this was the FMV sequences and everything like that. I think the sequel's a little bit longer, but not by much. And I don't remember much about the third game, frankly. That was like over 13 years ago or something like that when that one came out. So you'll have to forgive me if I don't remember every little detail in this game. Oops. Okay. Yeah, sometimes for whatever reason the arrows are in like weird spots to go forward. Looks like this might have been a hanging, not a crypt, but maybe like a place to hang like people or something like that, maybe, or crucify them. Is that a thing? No, I thought there was like a little area to go through or whatever. So there. Movement lights. Ah, these static images before me. Check that. Nothing here. Yeah, a lot of this game is probably going to be me just kind of figuring out. Ooh, we'll grab that in a second. Me just trying to figure out like what items I need to grab and everything like that. What is that? Looks like a sling. Let's take a look. Yep, it's a sling with a single bullet. So we're gonna have to need to use that to get something. But like I said, everything in the game will have a mechanic or have a gear or whatever for use. So if you don't see that, don't worry, just ignore it then because it's not something you can interact with. So okay, so it looks like we grabbed whatever we could here, at least for now. I'm gonna have to come back later just in case if I miss something. So let us go back this way. Towards the cemetery, where it'll have the crypts. Crypts and the Reds? No, that's a different place in the world. Not this time. Or at least I don't believe there's any. Hello? We'll check that out here in a second. It's like a ghostly presence. Well, if Dracula exists, why not ghosts and all other types of creepy crawlers? Let's see. Something Morris. Or Mort? Why would they bury Quincy here? If that's part of it. Yeah. Anyway, can we go? Okay. Oops. Back that way. Ooh. Oh, there we go. We got a sickle. Or is that a side? It kind of looks too big to be a. It's got to be a side. A sickle's just basically a smaller version of a side. I mean. Okay, technically not, but that's where we're going for description. Okay, so, alright, let's go back over here. Let's go over here. See the spooky, scary, like, okay, that's where we're gonna go. And sometimes you'll have to move into a screen to actually interact with something. So if you see it a little sooner, and you can't interact with it, get a little closer. So, it's like a kind of an old Renaissance painting with someone standing on top of a dragon or something like that. Well, they sometimes do call Dracula the dragon, based off Bram Stoker's Dracula is more based off the idea that Vlad Tepes was actually, we don't really have, as far as I know, we don't have anything that can really affect that, so we'll have to consider that for later. Yeah, he was considered the dragon, or Vlad the Impaler. But yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula, or Bram, or however you want to pronounce it, is based off the idea that he's Dracula. That something happened to him. Well, I mean, the book kind of goes into that, but you know what I mean. It's like, I can't, Caventum, is this supposed to be Latin? It probably is. Sanguin, Edis, Sancius, Vita. I actually don't know. I didn't actually study Latin, believe it or not. I actually studied French. Look how much that use got me. Okay. Just seeing if anything else is interactive. So, looks like we might have grabbed everything, at least currently. And obviously there's probably a clue or something, but nothing. So we'll come back to you later. So, back to the end. I probably went a long way around, but that's fine. Okay, so there's the thing in the graveyard, there's something up there. And then there's the, let's see, what do we got? We got a sling, that. Nothing that seems obvious that we need to use. I'm sorry if my mouth is covered there. I was putting my hand on my chin. When I think, sometimes I do that out of habit. Alright, so since we did that one thing... Oh, wait, I don't have the light for that yet, so let's go upstairs. Yeah, luckily, at least in the PC version of this. There is a PlayStation version, but I don't own that copy. Weirdly enough, I only own the sequel to it on the PlayStation because I got it for like really cheap at a GameStop or like a long time ago, and I just decided to buy it for my collection, even though I didn't really need to, if that makes sense. You know, back in the day, I used to collect games and stuff like that. I don't really do that anymore, so. Alright, what's this? That is a... looks like maybe the cover of a lamp, possibly? Well, we got that. Now, we might be at our first, like, kind of roadblock, where you might not exactly know where to go next. So let's see if we can find... See, we don't have a key for that lock, so I can't do anything with that. There's not... Because sometimes in games like these, if you don't highlight it just right, you might end up missing something. So this isn't her. I don't think that gentleman has anything either. Oh, he does, a sling. Let's ask him about that.
I found this slingshot at the foot of the cross.
A slingshot is very practical. You can always count on it when you're hunting or poaching. Me, I hunt birds near the lake. You can see them up in the big old oak tree. There are always plenty of birds there.
There was also a bird on the cross. It had been crucified.
Ah, the fiends! I'm sure it was Referral and his men. They're Dracula's infernal minions. They're bloodthirsty brutes. Me, I hunt for my food. But them, they kill for their sacrifices. But what devil do they serve? They disappeared for a while, but recently they have come back.
So those people we met were the servants of Dracula, at least according to this crazy old man. And since we've already dealt with Dracula at one point, can I do anything with that? No. Okay, I was just checking. So he said something about doing something with birds, so maybe that's a clue on what I need to do next, or at least one idea. So he said there was a bird near the lake, although we have that, although that one dude wouldn't really let us by though. See if we can...
Go away! And don't come back!
Yeah, can't do anything with him right now. Probably had to do something to placate him or whatever, because he won't even let me go through that. That's probably one of the next areas of the game. So... Okay, we're back. It only took me a second. It looked like I just missed like a pathway here. I don't know how I missed it the first time, but I never actually went to the lake destination as before. And then there's a couple of different areas that pop up. You can either go to the lake or the Talum. So we're back on track. So it was just a case of me not paying attention. So let's go this way first. So, yeah, for whatever reason, I thought I'd gone down all the pathways, but clearly I hadn't. So, whoops. That's going to happen to me quite a bit. I don't know why, but it does. So let's keep looking around. So, yeah, we're at a cabin now. Yeah, the old man did tell us about a cabin. I was like, I don't remember by the lake, but I don't remember seeing that, but yeah. So
Get away from this cabin! Otherwise you'll have to answer to me!
You'll have to answer to me! Okay, so we can't... Can we do anything else?
Get away from this cabin!
Okay. I just pressed the space bar to escape from that cutscene, so we can't do anything with that, but yeah, that's one of the thugs from previous... Okay, let's go around. Yeah, I just gotta go into... I just gotta be in adventure point-and-click mode at this point. I can't be, like, thinking differently on this one. I have to, like, explore around and really just take my time with it, so... Hopefully in the future I won't have to do that whole off-screen thing. I want it to be authentic, that I figure out what to do via just doing it. But luckily with the pathway thing, that didn't take me very long at all, but... There's some birds off in the distance. I wonder... He did say something about how they use the animals for sacrifice, so... Sorry, little bird. I'm gonna have to take one for the team of good. It looks like the cross-eyed weirdo, Micah, I think is what he called him or whatever, is distracted. So let's go into the cabin while he's doing that. or at least get in this area. And there is no timer or anything like that, so don't worry about like, oh no, I gotta hurry and click everything. It's like, no, just take all the time you need. There's not like a you will die if you take too long type of situation. There might be like if you make the wrong, like choose the wrong item in this situation maybe, but he's out of it right now. He's distracted. Let's look at our items. We got a telescope. We got we got a the side, which I think that might actually be a pickaxe now that I think about it. That's a really weird looking pickaxe though. But yeah, we got a billy club or blackjack, except it's not black, but you know, let's knock him out. Dude, we just murdered a man. Well, he does work for Dracula, and he probably would have killed us at the next chance he got. I mean, they did pick up a knife at that thing, so if we didn't pay attention, we would have been done for. So yeah, one guy out of the way, and yeah, he's dead. No, if you knock a man out and then like drown him, he's gonna die of you know, he's gonna drown. So, oh, got a knife. Well, we'll need that to fight Dracula, but I don't know if that's what we're gonna save it for. But hey, we got a knife. Oh, we've got a knife. Got to do something with the knife. Anything else we can do here? No. Yeah, see, the game goes a lot more smoothly when you actually take a quick second to look around instead of... Okay, we can't do anything... I don't think I have anything to, like, get through that, do I? Probably need a key, which... I wonder if it was on his person. Probably not. He's probably the dumb one, so he's probably got, Oh, hello. Almost missed this. Some weeds. Yeah, pay attention. I gotta remember to highlight everything that looks a little off, you know, or at least a little different, just in case, so... Alright, so yeah, we'll probably have to find somebody, because how many other, weren't there like 2 other dudes there? So, okay, I don't think there's anything else around here. I'll double check up here just to make sure I didn't like accidentally go a little too soon. Yeah, too bad we had to basically kill a bird. Well, actually, did we even hit it? They kind of just got disturbed, so maybe we just kind of try to hit the general area, but not actually hit the bird, because I don't remember seeing one fall down. So I guess it was just to distract Mika. Okay, so or Micah, or however you pronounce it. That takes us back to the inn. Yeah, Arelle Corona Capona. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a Latin dude, so you gotta forgive that. Oops, I clicked back the wrong way. So that takes us back there. So we gotta go back that way, but there's a couple. You know, we could go to the Metallum, or Metallum, or however you pronounce it, and then, where's this? Okay, that takes us back to the inn. So that's the inn. That takes us to the lake, so we got another place to go. Well, it looks like our Jonathan Harker's adventure is only just beginning. There's already creepy things and people saying weird stuff about going out there, huh? But what will Jennifer? Yeah, that's the next game. No, what will Jonathan Harker do to save Mina? Will he be able to get out of this podunk little area and get on his way to Dracula's castle? Find out next time in the next episode of Dracula: The Resurrection. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.